I'm sure you guys are looking at your subscription box, your recommended. It's Monday, and there's no post from Ron Stewart. Where'd he go? Well, guess what, fellas? If it's August, if it's any day in August, I will be posting. We're posting daily in the month of August through week one. I have more streams scheduled. We're doing more work. This is August. This is fantasy season. We don't sleep. We put out daily videos. If you think I'm not posting today, I'm posting today. Today, we're coming in here. We're doing a puppy draft. Right now, the puppy is available on Underdog. I'm telling you guys, this is the best entry point for anybody that's new out there to Underdog Fantasy. You guys know I've been talking it up all offseason long. This is now for like last season and this season. I only promote Underdog because of how much I use it. I'm out here in these streets, Red Shield, over 1,000 drafts. Already have 25 puppy threes, already have 50 plus of all the other puppies. If you're new to Underdog Fantasy, you want to get in on the fun, it's not too late. You hop in here, promo code Ron on Underdog Fantasy will get your deposit matched all the way up to $100. The puppy 3 is, as of right now, 70% fill or 70% full. It will fill in the next few days. It fills in like a week every time. I don't know how many more puppies they're going to do, but if you want one of the lowest entry points to get into a best ball tournament where there are $1 million in prizes, $200,000 to first place, Underdog Fantasy is the way to go. The puppy is going to be gone very soon. Now, I'm going to put the link in the chat to my link where it will just simply take you right to Underdog. You use that promo code, or they'll put the promo code in for you, and you can match your deposit up to $100. If you do $100, they match $100. And what's that, like 40? I think it would be 40 entries into the puppy. But here we go, fellas. Who's in here? Who's out here? We got Mark in here. We got Mark in here. You said you've been messing around with Kyle Phillips in round 18. I don't hate it. I don't hate it. Sup, Ron? What's going on, brother? Hell yeah. What's good? What's going on, Nathan? Chris Diaz is in here. What's up? What's up? Oof, oof, oof. We're saying the stream is lagging. We're saying the stream is lagging. How are we doing now? Are we okay now? Jeez, dude. We're already lagging. How are we? Are we back to normal? Are we back to normal in terms of connection? What are we saying? Jeez, dude. Again, I think my connection is fine. Let me run a little Ookla speed test real quick. I'll show you guys my screen in a second. How are we now? Let me know if it's gotten better. This is... Come on. What are we at? What are we at? Man, we're at 100 plus megabytes per second. I really don't know what the issue is. But let me know if we're better now. We're going to hop into a puppy. Puppy 3. If anybody wants to get in here with me, I'm going to count down in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Boom. Man, it's... Okay, we got 11 spots in here. If anybody wants to hop in, you go to Underdog, you click on the puppy, boom, enter. All right, now while that's filling, let's make sure the setup is all right. I know you guys are saying it was laggy. Let me know. Give me any updates you can on if we're still lagging. Let's... Okay, I can't even make it a draft board yet. But I think that we're actually at a fine spot here. How are we doing, everybody? Let me know if the stream connection has gotten any better. Let me know how you guys are doing. I'm down to answer any questions. We're going to sit here, run up a puppy, and just chill out with you guys. I was debating doing a high-stakes draft today like we did last Tuesday, but I'm going to save that for later on in the week. Maybe we'll do like Thursday or Friday or something. I'll see. I want it closer to the weekend because I'd rather do one that's kind of like late night-ish. Because we had so much fun in the last one. I don't know if any of you guys came out to the high stakes draft we did last Tuesday, but we hit my record for most. What was it? We hit my record for most peak viewers in a live stream for me, which was crazy, dude. We hit like 150 at one point. So I'm hoping we can sort of recapture that again. But I wanted to wait it for later on in the week. Maybe I will I don't know. Maybe we'll take a illegal substance gummy. Maybe we'll get some drinks going. I don't know. I kind of want to hang out, run up a high stakes draft, have a little fun, let loose a little bit with you guys. I had a lot of fun on the last one, kind of asking you guys for feedback on picks and everything. But yeah. We'll save that for later on in the week. And then we'll just do our usual underdog stream on Saturday. But yeah, like I said, we're just going to chill out here, draft a team on underdog. Feel free to ask me any questions, whether it's your redraft team, dynasty, you got any questions about me or my life. I just caught Madden 12 on the 360. Boom. Had to. One of my favorite Maddens of all time. What do we got going on here? Everybody's saying we're good. Everybody's saying we're good. Great. All right, everybody's saying we're good. We got a hi honey from Aiden. Come on now, don't go. Dude, you're gonna have me blushing and shit, bro. All right, so we got a question from Chris Diaz. It seems like, or hey Ron, I feel like earlier I really liked Algier, but the more I think about it, he seems like he might just be Mike Davis from last year with projected volume, but CPAT gets all the valuable touches. My counter to that is just that Mike Davis was a 5th round pick with projected touches, whereas Tyler Algier is what, like a 12th round pick. So I'd rather buy into projected touches at that price, along with the idea. Also, we're gonna update my exposure real quick, which is, dude, this is so sweet. I can just go here, exposures, expand. We'll grab exposures. Boom. Exposure should be up to date now. Also, hold on. Something else I want to get going right here. What else should we put in? I think I'm gonna get let's get the week 16 going. Like, we can get a whole bunch of stuff showing. I know my face is in the way, but you guys can see some really cool stuff that we can add in here. All right, we're gonna be on the clock extremely soon, so I'm gonna chill out with all that. Drafts active. 3 picks away. All right, we didn't miss a beat. Now we have week 16 schedules because I think that's fun. Also, the fact that Derrick Henry has Houston in week 16 is amazing for him. All right, so here we go. Here we are. Devontae goes off the board. Najee, Cook, Diggs. This is a pretty stock first round here. I got to be honest with you guys. I have no clue what I'm doing at the turn. If Derrick Henry gets here, we're going Derrick Henry. Let's go with 2 players that we're under 5% ownership on. Let's go Derrick Henry. I will take Derrick Henry at the 12th pick all day long. And then let's go. I think CeeDee Lamb would be fun. What do we think? I think CeeDee Lamb. I want to say Dallas and Titans play week 17 as well. Let's go CeeDee. Let's go CeeDee. I think that's a fun start. Those are 2 players that I don't draft a lot of. I think they make sense together. All right, so let's get back to this view. What else was I looking for? Hold on. Nah, I think everything's cool. I think everything is cool. We're looking fine. All right, so we were talking about Algier, but yeah, with Algier, he's a rookie, so we don't know how talented he is, and we're getting a pretty good discount on him. So that's why I don't mind him. What else we got? I just traded Pittman and Etienne for Marquise Brown and Lenny. You guys got to specify if it's redraft or dynasty, because I really don't know. I'm going to assume redraft here. And if it's redraft, it's close. I probably prefer Saquon to Kamara at this point, and I probably prefer Pittman Etienne side, but it's really close. What was your reaction to the Burks news? Not really any reaction from me. I know that he's had some weird reports come out. It was honestly a bad report. It was an unfair report where they're talking about he's lining up in the wrong spots or whatever in training camp. He's a rookie. No one's going to come into the first week or 2 of training camp and know exactly what they're doing every time. So I didn't read too much into it. Hey Ron, just subscribed to you. Appreciate you, man. What's the earliest you take Kamara? At this point, it seems like he'll play. Probably in the 20s, but as we get closer to week 1, probably creeping up. I got to be honest, if I had if I knew Alvin Kamara would play a full 17 games, I think he goes. I think I'd probably have him here, right after like Devontae Adams, Stephon Diggs area, like right here. He's that good. Would you be willing to take both Andrews and Kelsey at the end of the second and start of the third in PPR? I would not. I think it's a mistake to flex a tight end. You're only getting an advantage at tight end when he's in your tight end spot. When you have to put that tight end into your flex, you're getting a pretty big disadvantage over other people's flex spots. Even if you have a guy like Andrews or Kelsey in there, he can't really compete. You're saying draft board's a bit blurry? How is it now, guys? So that was a fun draft. If only we didn't get sniped on Hurts, it would have been damn near perfection. Yeah, dude, I still lose sleep over Hurts, dude. Ayo, it's Ron. What's up, brother? Kind of weird question, but who do you guys think are the best value guys to trade for now based on their 2023 and 2024 outlooks? In a Dynasty League that has 3 years left, and year 3 is the biggest payout. That's an interesting setup where it's a Dynasty League with a ticking clock. I think that's actually a fun setup. Over the next 3 years, the best value guys to trade for now based on their 2023 and 2024 outlooks. I don't know. That's a funny question. But I would say a lot of the younger guys, I would say guys like Elijah Moore. I would say guys like Devonta Smith. I would say guys like Treylon Burks, who I think is a great buy right now. I'm not sure. That's an interesting question, though. Thoughts on Javonte Williams? Love him. Super efficient. Seems like he's super talented. Most running back by committees don't stay a perfect 50-50 split for the entire season. You'd be hard-pressed to find one where that happens. So I'm kind of down to just buy the uncertainty with Javonte. And if he's good, he's good. He balls out in an efficient offense. Melvin Gordon goes down. He's like a top 5 running back. If Melvin Gordon doesn't go down, he could probably still play into a 60-40 split. And again, people love to fade committees. But in the modern NFL, every backfield has a committee. I think that there was a stat that Josh Norris tweeted out this offseason that was like, I think only 5 running backs last year had above like a 70% snap share or something. We rarely see bell cows anymore. So not super worried about Javonte at all. Sup, bro? Love your channel. Keep up the good work. Appreciate you, man. Recently, I've been reaching when I get a pick around the turn just so my team is pretty unique. I don't hate that, especially at the second pick. Like instead of CD, I probably could have gone like, dude, if you go like CeeDee Lamb, like AJ Brown or Derrick Henry, AJ Brown, I think that's a fun way to do it. Or Derrick Henry, T Higgins. I like AJ Brown and T Higgins as like guys to reach on to get unique. Because I think if you don't reach far enough, you're probably not doing it correctly. Like Derrick Henry, Javonte is probably fun. Like I'm trying to think if Derrick Henry usually goes, because you have to remember Derrick Henry is usually going to go like 8-9 area. So let's say he goes 8. You're still getting a lot of like, if I took Evans there, it wouldn't have really been that unique. You're still getting a lot of these guys going here. So you got to get to this 2-3 turn area. I think Tyreek Hill's a decent one. I think Javonte's a fun one. I think AJ Brown, T Higgins are good ones. But yeah, like I said, I would probably be targeting like Tyreek Hill and on to get unique at the turn. Oh my God. Things are lagging again. Stream, so I can't mess with anything right now. Man, oh man. I don't know why my streams have been struggling recently, guys. It sucks. It sucks bad. Okay, we're on the clock, actually. There we go. Wow, so we're looking at a couple things here. Wow, ETN is here for us. ETN and Pitts. Just give me ETN and Pitts, I think. Let's go ETN. Let's go Pitts. I think that's beautiful. That's a fun start. This is let me see if this draft board still works. Or when I'm making picks, I can go here. Nah, let's go back here. Then we'll just switch back to this. So ETN, Kyle Pitts. I think this is a really fun way to start a draft. Round 4, Kyle Pitts. We have round 3, Travis Etienne. Starting Derrick Henry, CeeDee Lamb. I feel like this is an interesting first 4. Definitely a new combination for me. You said Supron. Dynasty question for you. Productive struggle teams. For productive struggle teams, do you hold the rule that you should pretty much always be acquiring a greater number of assets than you're giving in trades? Not for everyone, but it's a decent rule of thumb. Like 2-for-1s are great, where you can kind of get some leverage there. I know Scott Connor or trying to think what else he goes by, like Charles Chill as well as like his Twitter handle, but he talks a lot about leverage where you can do a 2-for-1 deal, like a player for a player and a pick. And if your player beats his player, you're getting that pick for basically for free, and you're making a lot of profit there. So I don't mind it. Is Underdog all best ball? Yes, sir. They do have like they do have pick'ems though. They have pick'ems and like over/under lines and stuff like that. Sadly, Jersey doesn't have access to those, but they have some more stuff. They're also planning on some reports out there that they're planning on opening up a sports book eventually, so that's sweet. You said, yeah, I agree. Rookie and much cheaper is definitely more appealing, but I don't think Mike Davis would have beaten Algier's ADP. That's somewhat fair. Algier might just straight up be better, though. Who would you want out of Mark Andrews, Barkley, Mike Evans? In redraft? Barkley for me. Ron, my guy, appreciate the content. I'm in a league that scores 2 points for every rushing yard for QBs, boosting the value of rushing quarterbacks. Knowing this, should I wait for Lance? QBs will go fast. Yeah, I would target Lance. I would target Jalen Hurts. If you miss out on those guys, I like Justin Fields and Daniel Jones. All right, what else we got? Hey, Ron, I have an offer for my Lamar for his Breece Hall. My Lamar for his Breece Hall. I have JT, Javonte, Michael Thomas, Debo. My 2 flexes are Elijah Moore and Tony. It is normal QB scoring, PPR redraft. I'd probably want to know who your quarterback is. I probably want to know who your quarterback is behind Lamar. I know in my rankings I have Breece Hall ahead of Lamar, so I'll say trade. I'd say I prefer Breece, but it does depend who your backup quarterback is. And I'll also say because you have JT and Javonte already, I'm not sure that you need to go after Breece Hall. That'd be my only hold up. So the stream is good again. I'm so sorry, guys. I don't know why it's struggling. Again, like I've showed you guys, my internet's like not that bad. I don't know what else to do because I'm in the basement, so I can't Ethernet my shit. I might start, unplugging the router and plugging it back in before I hop on streams, but I don't know. I don't have any other ideas. I'm just kind of hoping and praying that it gets back to normal. What do we got? I've seen a lot of people saying 0 RB strategy is the worst. What do you think about that? I think it's funny. There are a lot of people out there that say 0 RB draft strategy is bad, but it's because they don't know how to do 0 RB. So they end up drafting like 3 straight wide receivers and they hammer running backs in the dead zone and they wonder why their 0 RB team sucks. It's because they took running backs in the dead zone, which is the core component of 0 RB. I've made videos on this before. If you just type in Ron Stewart 0 RB, I've made videos on how to draft a good 0 RB team and how to make it work. I think a lot of people just use it incorrectly. All right, so now we're at the 5-6 turn here. We need wide receivers. Quarterback is somewhat interesting. Let's go Mooney. I don't think a lot of Mooney. I think that he kind of makes sense here. And let's go. I think Elijah Moore makes a lot of sense here. No, I do like Amon-Ra St. Brown. And I might as well diversify between the two. I heavily debated Kyler Murray there, but I think we just got to hammer wide receivers for a little bit. And now we're struggling to make a pick. Sweet. Okay, we got it in. All right, so let's go to draft board. I hope that the stream didn't lag a ton while I did that. In a redraft league, Superflex, tiered PPR, start 3 wide receivers. You think I should keep Pittman for a 12th rounder or Trey Lance for a 10th? Been so torn on this. I would go Pittman very easily there. I have Pittman way ahead of Trey Lance, and you're keeping him for cheaper. Yeah, I think I had like Swift and A.J. Brown at 110 just to get weird with it. Yeah, that works. In a PPR league, where would you only start 2 wide receivers? Where you only start 2 wide receivers, would you push up Eckler to a top 4 pick? I don't think I would. Oh, if you have Trey Lance as your backup, then Lamar for Breece Hall makes a ton of sense, dude. What's up, Ron? I've been watching you for the last couple of years, and you're one of the only guys I truly listen to for fantasy. Thank you, man. Thanks for getting me a ring last year. Can't wait till you blow up. That's sweet, dude. Y'all are going to make me cry on here, bro. Y'all giving me flowers and shit. No, I'm playing. That's sweet, man. I love, like, I get more joy from hearing you guys win your home leagues than I do me winning leagues. What are your thoughts on Scary Terry? I feel like Wentz will make him a top 12 guy, either a top 12 guy or be like Allen Robinson of last year. No in between. I actually like McLaurin this year. I don't have a ton of them. Like if I look at my exposure on McLaurin, we're sitting around 9.3%. So I'm just above market, right? Market is 8.3%. He's great. He's getting pushed up draft boards now, though, so you're getting him like late fourth, which is like, that's where he should be. That's where I have him in my ranks. So I'm getting him some of the time. But yeah, he's a sweet profile. He earns targets. He runs crisp routes, and he's going to have the best quarterback of his career. He's been fantasy relevant with guys like Taylor Heineke and Case Keenum and Haskins. Wentz is the best quarterback he's played with. I think he could have like remember Allen Robinson with Blake Bortles, where it was a lot of garbage time, and even though Blake Bortles wasn't great, he still supported Allen Robinson. I think we could see something very similar. I'm not here to crap on your picks, so I'm just giving you my opinion. Top 4 picks, 3 of yours have garbage offensive lines, and 3 of them haven't been proven as legit fantasy options. Risky draft. Well, here's the thing. I don't draft for floor in any format because to win a league, you need to get a 92nd percentile outcome. On top of that, we are playing in the puppy, which is a tournament, right? Where 90% of the prize money goes to the guys who advance to the tournament. So I'm pretty much just hacking on home run upside. And a lot of the guys who do come out and give you massive seasons in terms of win rate are the guys who are unproven. Think Christian McCaffrey right before his second year breakout. Think Calvin Ridley year 3 breakout. Think Chris Godwin year 3 breakout. Think Deebo Samuel last year. He never finishes even like a top 24 wide receiver prior to then. Same thing with a guy like Jamar Chase, rookie, paid out immensely. So you get a lot of value and a lot of win rate boosted to your teams. The riskier and the more creative you get. Same thing with JT. We never saw JT finish as an RB1, and he did it last year. So I push back on a lot of guys in my comments and stuff that tell me, I only draft proven assets. I don't draft rookies, all this, all that. I think that's fine if you want to get like 4th place and, win accuracy awards on Fantasy Pros. And it's probably the way to go, and just draft your Zeeks of the world and draft your Brandon Cooks of the world and kind of skate your way to 4th place. But the way I play, I just sort of, crank up the launch angle. I play in enough volume that I can take a couple duds here and there to really get some crazy payoffs. But I get it. That's not me coming at you. It's really just there's a lot of people that do disagree with how I play, and that's completely fine. If you want to play your way, that's completely fine. I'm just kind of explaining how I look through fantasy. Hey, Ron. For redraft keeper leagues, I'm at the 104. My keeper is Mark Andrews in the 4th. Should I take Jefferson at 104, or do I take a shot at Dalvin Cook / D. Henry? Cup is kept, by the way. I would go Jefferson. I think you can make a case for Jefferson as high as 101. He's in an elite tier with me in that top 5 with the 2 running backs. I have Henry and Dalvin Cook in that next tier. You said, but I like your vids. I agree with a lot of your points. Sorry, I didn't mean to shit on you. If it came off as me kind of piling on you there, it wasn't. It's just because a lot of people say that similar thing. So I'm kind of just rebuttaling the voice of a crowd. Who are your top 6 running backs in half PPR? You're gonna have to check out the Patreon, patreon.com/Ron Stewart for that. But I'll tell you, Swift is in there. I'll tell you begrudgingly that Saquon is in there. But yeah, I'm just bullshitting. It's the top 2 running backs. It's Swift, it's Eckler, Najee, and Saquon, I think. But my entire running back rankings for PPR leagues is on the Patreon, patreon.com/Ron Stewart. Just dropped a massive update on it on Sunday. Have my top 200 players, tier list. I even have a new column I added that's like the ideal round. And I wanted a spot where if you look up, like pretty much to guard against what happened to me with Jalen Hurts, where trying not to get too greedy on ADP. And I put ideal draft rounds for each player. Okay, so Trey Lance is here. We're going to have to go Trey Lance. Even though he doesn't stack with anybody, this has to be Trey Lance just because we're getting him 10 picks past ADP. We need a quarterback, and then this next pick has to be a wide receiver. And I think that's going to have to be Treylon Burks. He correlates to our Derrick Henry. I want to say Tennessee plays Dallas in week 17 as well, so that's good for us. Let's do that. I already have a ton of Treylon Burks, but it just makes sense here. Probably will end up with a 2-5-9-2 build. We've got to really hammer wide receivers here to make up for passing on so many early. So this is what we're rocking with now. All right, what else we got in here? So is Michael Thomas at 52 a reach in your opinion? Where is he going ADP? Let's see. 61.6. It's a reach on ADP, but by 9 picks, not really. I got to be honest. I think Michael Thomas's ADP is going to really get high here, which is fine. I think he's going to start skyrocketing. I'm just going to keep in the rankings. I'm just going to keep adjusting and moving up with ADP. I think Michael Thomas, anywhere outside of the top 4 rounds, I think as soon as you get to the 5th round, I think Michael Thomas is absolutely fine. Gabe Davis at the 4-2. Good Lord. It's crazy, man. I thought that Gabe Davis was just a best ball anomaly because we have the Week 17 stacks and stuff. I've been playing in these Boomer Leagues. You guys have seen me. I streamed it last week on the NFFC. Even the Boomers love Gabe Davis, man. He's going in the 4th round on a lot of these sites. If he makes it to the 5th at any point in time, I love Gabe Davis, but it's tough. How much do you monitor bye weeks when drafting best ball? Literally none. Because the idea is that if you make it to the end, your team is so dominant that even if you have like a rough bye week stretch, you should make up for it in all other weeks. And let's say you have both of your tight ends on bye the same week, you'll take a 0 there, but also for those other 16 weeks, you're going to get the most optimized tight end scoring possible. So I think it all kind of evens out, and you can even look at it from the side that 2 players with the same ADP, they are a more unique combination because people will be put off by that, if that makes sense. So you can kind of get more unique there. You can kind of just be fine as long as your team's already dominant. It's not something I really even look at when I draft players in best ball or in any format, really. Quick thoughts. I traded Terry and CEH for Alexander Madison. Terry and CEH for Alexander Madison and 105. So Garrett Wilson and Alexander Madison. I don't love it just because I'd have CEH probably having a bigger gap between Alexander Madison than I do Garrett Wilson over Terry McLaurin, but I think it's overall like about a wash. I would say like 55-45 leaning the side of Terry and CEH, but it's close. I traded Fields, Mills, AJ, Dillon, Gallup for Jalen Hurts. I'm a Hurts believer, but what do you think? How bad did I overpay? I'm assuming is this Dynasty or redraft? If it's Dynasty, you got fleeced. If it's redraft, I think that's fine. Will I make a top 12 overall rankings video? I don't think so. Like I said, that kind of stuff will be on the Patreon. I will say I do have it scheduled for like the last week of August. I'll do like my official running back rankings and wide receiver rankings, but yeah, full rankings and stuff will be on the Patreon. Just it wouldn't be fair to the people on there if I started making things like that public. Thoughts on Mike Evans? I don't love him, but I think as a 2-3 turn, he's fine. He's not going to see like a 25% target share like some people think that he might with any kind of Godwin injury. I actually think that Godwin's going to end up playing week 1 at this point. So I don't love Evans. But again, if he gets there at the 2-3 turn, I've been drafting him a little bit. All right, so we're up here. What are we looking at? Rashad Penny falling way past his ADP, which I will take a swing on. I think Claypool's fun here. Man, Garrett Wilson is fun here. Man, Penny makes a lot of sense. Penny makes a lot of sense. I don't even like him, but I think I have to take him here. Even though I do feel like Claypool, Garrett Wilson would be money here. Man. We're going to go Claypool Wilson. Or should I go Penny? 109 Penny, like 18 picks past his ADP. It has to be Penny. I hate to say it, but that has to be Penny. And that looks fine. That looks fine. So now we only need 2 more running backs. We need a quarterback, a tight end, and then we need 4 more wide receivers. All right, we're set up fine here. I know I wanted to go Wilson there, but it's fine. Also, extra style points for getting Rashad Penny in the 10th round there. What do we got here? Got the 8th pick this year in redraft. Not sure how I feel about it. That's perfect range for at the 8th pick. I'm praying that Chase gets to me. If not, then I'm probably just taking Devontae Adams. Do you / have you ever dabbled in leagues larger than 12 people? Any advice on bigger leagues? Do RB and tight end become more valuable? Here's the issue for me. I've said this before. I'm really boring when it comes to redraft. I just prefer the vanilla 12 teams, some kind of PPR. Prefer no trading if possible. And I know that that's super vanilla and boring. Of course, my home league, there's trading and stuff. And in subscriber leagues on the patron leagues, that'll be as well trading. But for the most part, I play in 12-man leagues, some kind of PPR, no trading, and I prefer it that way. So I don't play in leagues larger than 12. But if I did, I guess it would drive up the demand for those types of players in terms of running backs and tight ends. I'm trying to think conceptually how it would change things. If it's only like 14, I think I would be more inclined to go elite tight end, early running back. Like I think you could go out the gate like 2 running backs, a tight end, and then just hammer wide receivers the rest of the way. But it wouldn't alter things too much. I would still want wide receivers. Everything might start to get pushed up, so I don't know. What do we got? How many entries are you in at BBM 3 and all puppies combined? Hope you and the FSC guys win big money this year, LOL. I've started doing a few myself, even though I'm more of a dynasty guy at this point. I'll show you. Let's see. We are at 205 total. I have one normal league there that's not a tournament, but I have 59 BBM 3s. The goal is to max that out at 150. We'll see if I can get there. 27 puppy 3s, 54 puppies, 55 puppy 2s, 9 Pomeranians, and then 1 draft that was between some guys on Underdog. That might be a little bit of a spoiler, but I think that is coming out at some point. But some of the Underdog guys, like I guess like behind the scenes, we did a draft. But yeah, I'm praying to get one of those big money things. I'm telling you guys, I don't know, look back to this clip in a year from now and laugh at me. I swear to God, I've already won a ring. Not to brag, not to suck myself off or anything, but got a little ring here for winning a tournament. Now this was a small tournament. I only won $2,000. I know I say only, but you have to remember how much money I have invested in best ball, and that after winning that $2,000, I barely came out over break even, or not barely, but you have to remember, any money I make from fantasy is also incorporated in my salary, and I don't have enough salary to even move out yet. So $2,000, great, but not life-changing money. But goal for this year is to get a payout from a tournament in the 5-figure range. Anything over $10,000 would be sweet, man. I would love to take home something in that area, whether that's like a 5th place in a puppy or something, but I'm hoping hard, man. Yeah, I didn't mean to go off on you there, Fallback. You said, I can imagine the negative comments you get. Yeah, dude, I get a lot of like boomers like, I bet this guy doesn't win any of his leagues. I'm like, what are you doing? What's your track record? You're shooting for upside. Floor is important, whatever. You don't like ETN? That's fair. I love him. I think that he has like a DeAndre Swift type skill set. And we saw him pay off last year on the Lions, who were also a garbage team. Robinson's a fair concern, but I'm willing to bet against the Achilles. We'll see how it works out there. All right, so we're going to be up here. All right, so what are we going to do? We need wide receiver. All of these wide receivers suck, though. So San Fran is playing Las Vegas. We have Dallas, Tennessee. We have some shy Detroit. That's not doing anything for us. Some Tennessee, some Pitt, some Jacksonville, Houston. I don't even draft a lot of Josh Palmer, but I guess he's fun here. Do any of these guys have Week 16 matchups that are interesting? Should I just go Fields? Could go Gallup. San Fran. We have Dotson on the way back of a... Let's go Fields. Fields is fun. He stacks to Darnell Mooney. We get a bring back with Amon-Ra St. Brown. I think that actually made a lot of sense there. I'm happy I ended up doing that. Josh Palmer is a little bit of a head scratcher, though. I'll level with you guys there. Chargers play Rams. We don't have anything going there. And then who do the Chargers play in Week 16? Indiana. Do we have it? We don't have any Colts. Yeah, so that didn't make a ton of sense, but I'm not super mad at it. All right, here's the draft board. What else we got? Do you think Hunt / Dearness Johnson will be traded? I don't understand why the Browns don't want to pay or trade him. Yeah, I agree. I think at this point, one of them will get moved. I know that they said, like, probably not, but I don't see how you have this big of a running back room. You draft Jerome Ford. You have Demetric Felton in the wings as well, who's fun pass-catching back out of UCLA, I believe. I think one of them has to go by the end of the season. I know that they've said, like, they declined whatever Kareem Hunt's trade option was, whatever, but it just doesn't make sense. Both guys can be cut with no foul, no harm to the team. I think it makes a ton of sense. My guess, I would lean like 75% chance that one of them are not on the Browns by week 1. That's my guess. Rate my 12-team Superflex tight end premium start. Is this in Dynasty? Okay, I'm going to say this is Dynasty. Russ Wilson, Brees, Drake London, Mark Andrews, Javonte Williams, Ken Walker. That just seems like an insane team for a Dynasty squad. What do you think about Josh Jacobs? I don't like him at his ADP, but I feel like he slides a lot. I got him like 15 to 20 picks after the ADP recently. No, I agree. Anytime in the 7th round, then Josh Jacobs is there, I think that's fine. How old are you out of curiosity? I am 21. I feel like people, I don't know, do you guys think I'm older or younger than that? I'd imagine it can't be younger. I have been told before that I look old for my age, so I don't know. But yeah, 21. George Pickens or Devonta Parker on the Patriots? Probably Devontae Parker, but barely. Hurts or Burrow? I would go Hurts personally. A lot of guys were saying that Penny was the move. Man, Penny Wilson would have been week 17 correlation. That's true as well. Hate to see that I fumbled that low key. We got here Pitts and Godwin. So this is a redraft. Pitts and Godwin or Jefferson and Hawk. Probably Jefferson and Hawk. Half PPR, 12-team league. Keep Lamb for a second or Hurts for a 7th. If I had to choose between one, it would be Lamb for a second. Crunchy or smooth peanut butter? I'm a smooth guy myself. 105 watching. Damn, you go, Ron. Thank you, brother. We're at 115 right now. You guys are the best, dude. If I answer any of your questions, make sure to leave a like. I know some other channels out there can get some pretty crazy live chat numbers when the likes go up. Any likes help the boy out a ton. I know Flock does things where he's like, if we hit a certain amount of likes, we'll keep streaming. Maybe I'll incorporate that eventually, as we get closer to the season, fellas. But it's Monday night. I got videos to make tomorrow. I don't know how he does it. But I got a video to make tomorrow. So I can't stay up all night with you guys. Like, again, I have no clue how he does it. He'll draft until like 11 p.m. on a Monday. Doesn't give a shit. And I respect the hell out of him. I can't. Eventually I'll try and figure something out for that. I have planned right now. Hold me to it if I don't. I have a Draftathon planned. The last Friday before the first Thursday game, however many WrestleMania 3 entries I still need to do, I think I'm gonna try and max enter it that day. So if it ends up being like an 8+ hour stream, I'm gonna hop on and just pretty much grind all of my last minute underdog entries. And just be on stream with you guys and hang out. I think that'll be really fun. We'll see if I can get some kind of like, I have a dashboard that shows me everybody who uses promo code Ron. So I want to see if I can incorporate either like promo code signups or like likes and make it like a Draftathon. Maybe every 10 first time deposits I have to like drink a high noon or something. Something along those lines. Some kind of like challenge mixed in. All right, so we're 3 picks away. We have Christian Watson at a massive value. Gallup at a massive value. Jarvis at a massive value. Pickens isn't at a massive value. Neither is J-Mo. But both guys make sense in the context of our team. Ty Davis Price is interesting. If this is going to be Christian Watson and Jarvis Landry, I'll probably just take them back to back here. I think this far past ADP, I just have to. Is there anything I should be looking out with either of those guys? I don't know why they keep falling. This is going to be Christian Watson very easily. I don't even love Christian Watson. So let's go Christian Watson. We only need 2 more running backs. We only need 2 more wide receivers. We need to get some San Fran correlation. We'll leave that last wide receiver spot open for San Fran. Komet's not on the board, or else I would have gone with Komet there. I don't even like Jarvis, but I think Jarvis does make sense here. I'm starting to cool off on Jarvis. Let's go TDP. Jeez. That was last second, but I want to get my exposure back down on Jarvis just because at this point with Michael Thomas having such positive reviews, I prefer that 13.7% to be around 8%. And Ty Davis Price gives us straight correlation to Trey Lance, which we really need at this point. I'm trying to think. I think one of our last round picks will probably end up being... So we have 2 more wide receiver spots right now, which I love the idea of it being like Kyle Phillips for our Tennessee correlation and our Dallas correlation there, and then also it being whoever you think on the 49ers is going to play at wide receiver between like Danny Gray and Jawan Jennings. Damn it. Dude, my nose is itchy, bro. So I guess I'll put my thing here. Let me know if this is a bad way to do this. So we'll do this. Actually, no, we'll do this. Let me know if this is a good spot. You said you're against trading, especially in money leagues. Yeah, I agree. I think in home leagues and fun leagues it's fine, but which RB are you taking after CMC and Christian McCaffrey get taken? Don't really get the bull case on Eckler. Also, after the 102 and 101 positions are taken, where do you want to draft from in a 10-team league? I like drafting at the 5 spot. I just can guarantee me one of the top 2 running backs or top 3 wide receivers in Kupp, Jefferson, and Chase. Then you can get some crazy values on the way back, like Saquon or Aaron Jones or Javonte. And I have Eckler at RB3. As much as, he kind of exceeded expectations last year and he kind of hit his efficiency season, I think we could see him get more work this year. I think we could also even see more efficiency in this offense. I kind of just want to have everybody and win MVP, throw for 50 passing touchdowns, and if that happens, everybody probably smashes on the team. So yeah, I don't mind Eckler. He's not somebody I love taking, though. I'll be honest with you. I begrudgingly have him at the 106. I don't like it though. You said you've had a lot of leagues ruined by trades. Me too, man. It genuinely does suck. That's why if the buy-in's above like $50, I just prefer no trades. You might have asked you this before, but what do you think about MVS? I'm completely off of him. Some of my friends seem to really like him. Well, he's the perfect, if you're not super into fantasy, he's a perfect guy to like just because it's like, oh, deep threat with Patrick Mahomes. You might as well be like Will Fuller. It's not the case. I actually made a video very recently. If you look at my do not draft wide receivers video from a few days ago, I mentioned Marquez Valdes-Scantling. He's just going to run wind sprints on the outside. He's not going to command targets. He's going to give you a couple spike weeks in best ball, but that's it. There's not a world where I'm putting Marquez Valdes-Scantling in my flex and redraft and ever feeling good about it. Yeah, exactly. I hate that as well, and it's a little bit of a dilemma because I could be predatorial in my home league, right? Where I have high school buddies, and a lot of them don't follow the game that closely, so I could, try and scam them and try and finagle my way into trades all day long. But one, it's a bad use of my time for a $50 fantasy league, and then on top of that, I just don't feel great about. I don't feel great about taking advantage of my friends to win in fantasy. So I don't know if you're more heartless and it's best man wins, all love is fair and love and war or whatever. That's fine, but also on my end, you have to understand that somebody who does this for a living as of right now. When I ask my boys to play in a fantasy league with them, they're already pretty apprehensive. They're like, okay, you do this for a living. Why? They almost see it as a minus EV proposition. Why would I be in a league with you, right? So I don't want to ruin that relationship because my home league is really special to me. It's all my friends from high school, and I think it's a really good way, every fall that now we're all at, they're at school, I'm here doing my thing. It's a way to keep us all together, right? So I don't know, bad faith trading, and you can only get away with that so many times until the boys are like, I'm done playing with you, that I'd rather win fair and square in my home league and not have people, coming at my throats after the season because I ripped off our worst manager in the league. Now, I think, if you don't do what I do and you just are one of the guys, I think that you can get away with doing that. It's just, I don't know. I'd rather win leagues because of waiver wire management and making the correct start-sit decisions and making the correct draft decisions than because I ripped off my my friends from high school. 10-team Superflex PPR redraft. I have the 10th pick and keeping Kupp in the 4th, taking the best available QB and who else if my options are are Dalvin, Mixon, Adams, Diggs, and Kelsey. Thanks, Ron. I probably prefer Adams there. All right, so we're on the clock. I should have paid more attention to this. All right, so like I said, we're on the clock. Do we just go Fuller? Do we go Hooper for Tennessee? Let's go Fuller, in case if he signs anywhere. And then let's go. So now we're looking for 2592. Let's go Hooper. Let's go Hooper. It gives us some Tennessee correlation. And then our last two picks will be running back and wide receiver. And the guys that I'm eyeing up are 49ers wide receiver Juwan Jennings. I even think Ray McLeod is fun there. We already have a San Fran running back, but I would like... what else kind of fits in here? Chicago, Detroit. I don't really like either guys in either of those situations. I would love to get a Dearness Johnson share. I'd love to get Pacheco's share. Dallas. So we have Dallas versus Tennessee. There's no backup Dallas running back that I like. Chicago, Tennessee, Pitt, Chargers, Green Bay. What are some fun running backs right now that are going late? I like Sony as well. I think Eno's fun now too. There's reports that he's running with the twos in camp. Zach Moss is fun too. And he has Chicago correlation. Seems like Zach Moss is going to be more involved than any of us believe. Okay, I think that's enough. I think that those are enough options for me to be fine. All right, so let's... All right, let me know if this is a fine setup for the screen. What else we got? Don't be modest, bro. We love the channel. You got at least 10K this year, brother? Dude, that's what I'm thinking, dude. That's what I'm thinking. How did you do in that playoff best ball 20 last year? I think it's called the Gauntlet. I did okay. I didn't do amazing in it. It's a little bit of a different format, so I was still trying to sort of grasp the strategy. But I think I'll do better next year. I've pretty much, I'll say, last year in tournaments, I didn't do a ton of tournaments last year. I did a lot of cash games, which I regret, and that's why like this year, like 95% of my entries are in tournaments. But yeah, in that playoff, the Gauntlet and the Mitten and all of those, I think I broke like roughly even. The playoffs were so random last year too. Like no one thought it would be the Bengals and Rams. So if you had any combination of that happening in the end, you did great. I made it to the final round, right, where I had teams that were alive in the Super Bowl, but none of them really did that well because we made it to the Super Bowl and then I had like maybe 4 active players. I had no way of competing against. I know Eagles. He's one of the bigger best ball guys in this space. He had a team that was full Bengals, full Rams, and ended up winning like 15K. You played in 25 leagues and you're 2-10 in the chip? Man, I hate to see it. Planning to do the 0 RB strategy, but ended up getting the number 1 pick. Should I just do hero RB strategy or trade my pick for 3? Nah, don't force a strategy. Just go JT or CMC up top, and then you got it. You said you figured I was about 25. I don't look like a kid. Okay, or I don't act like a kid. I appreciate that, I guess. Ron, do you think that not having a mandatory tight end position makes 0 RB less valuable or viable? I'd say probably not. I would just make sure I have an elite quarterback, but it wouldn't be my first. Like I always say, if you guys haven't seen one of my newest draft strategy videos, I talk about like one of the worst things you can do, and I don't want to rip on you, Bruce, but I never go into a strategy like planning that I'll do 0 RB or planning that I'll do hero RB. I really just let the first few rounds come to me, and then from there I go either 0 RB, hero RB, double hero RB, whatever that kind of comes to me, and then from there I kind of structure my team through the right structure, so I'm not making bad EV decisions by round 5, round 7. So what I will say, I think still the idea of filling the flex +2 is important. And then if I'm doing a pure 0 RB team, you need to have an elite quarterback. If you have an elite quarterback and then you have elite wide receivers through the flex, and I think 0 RB is probably viable in that format. Unless if it's like 2 wide receivers, 1 flex. If it's 2 wide receivers, 1 flex, then no. But if it's like 2 wide receivers, 2 flex minimum, plus like 2 running backs and a quarterback, I think that's actually a good spot to do that. All right, so we're going to be up here very soon. Man. Sucks that we took Hooper. We could have had Hayden Hurst here for pretty much free. So we're staring down McKissick, which I think we'll just take him. He also plays against San Fran in week whatever that is. So I think that has to be McKissick. And do any of these wide receivers? So McKissick gives us some San Fran correlation. And then to top off the San Fran correlation, I think we'll just go Jawan Jennings, who I don't even love, but he had like 38 targets last year. Man, Ray McLeod was fun too last year. We are picking out the 1801 though, so we don't even have to. I could just go like Sammy Watkins here. Sammy Watkins, Kendrick Bourne. I'm going David Bell. Give me David Bell. Give me a Brown. We have Browns versus Washington. We have enough correlation here. I know San Fran didn't really pan out as much as I wanted it to, but I think this is a fine squad, all things considered here. We have Trey Lance and Justin Fields. That's a fun top 2 QBs. Hero RB with Derrick Henry is our hero RB. It's more like double hero RB with Henry and ETN than Penny, TDP, McKissick. I think those are all fun archetypes. And then wide receiver, I think we're fine at 9. CeeDee Lamb, Mooney, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Burks, Claypool. It's a little bit rough here with Josh Palmer and Christian Watson and Fuller and Bell, but I think that'll be fine. And then we have Pitts and we have Austin Hooper below him. So I think that is a fine team. It's pretty much a very stock hero RB team for me in best ball, but that's kind of just the way that I lean in default, if you will. Waddle or Mike Williams in redraft? Give me Waddle. I'm going to try and just zoom through these. Swift or Mixon at the 110. Give me Swift. Pitts, Fields, or Watson. Pitts, Fields, or Watson, Pitts. Give me Watson, Pitts. I think that's what you were asking. You're saying they declined Baker's no trade clause 2 and then they ended up trading him. That's fair. Just traded McLaurin and Edmonds for St. Brown and Jacobs. If that's redrafts, you McLaurin and Edmonds for St. Brown and Jacobs. I probably prefer McLaurin's side. I probably prefer McLaurin's side, but it's really close there. Who's the wide receiver you're targeting for a first in Dynasty as a contender that I'm paying a first for? Not really trying to pay a first for anybody, but I guess I don't know. I'm not really paying a first for anybody, but I guess if I was to pay a first, it would probably be like a Diggs or a Devontae Adams if I could get that done. What do you look forward to more? Your most important fantasy draft that you care about the most, or week 1 kickoff, get off, whatever? Probably week 1. Pitts and Godwin or Jefferson and Hawkinson in Dynasty. If it's tight end premium, probably Pitts and Godwin. I love the Draftathon idea. All right, sweet. All right, so we'll change to here for a second. We'll just talk for a second. Again, it's late. It's 9:21. I gotta go so I can get some good night's rest. We got some bangers on the way. But I will hang out. I want to get caught up on the live chat. I know you guys have been going crazy, dude. 120 people in here. We hit over 50 likes. You guys are the best, man. Had to leave a like. Thanks for the answers. You seriously are a tier above any other fantasy channel. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you, man. You guys are the best. Landry's going to be a beast on a 1-year prove-it deal. Okay. Keep Dobbins as a 15th or Josh Allen as a 5th. I think Dobbins as a 15th just to get him for free. Tanyan late in the year is going to be a great pickup at his value too if he drops any. I agree. I actually like Tanyan. I think he's drawing live to lead the Packers in receiving touchdowns. I've never done best ball before and thinking about giving it a try. Do you have any tips? I actually have a video that if you go to YouTube, I'm going to expose myself here. If you go to, let's go Underdog Fantasy 101. Boom, right here. Underdog Fantasy 101. Oh. This video right here. This video, I did one like this last year, but this one right here, I go over everything in depth. Same thing with this one. So if you really want to get like sort of a big edge in best ball and on Underdog, I think these two are really good places to start. But any tips on top of my head would be structure matters a lot. It's not so much player A versus player B. It's a lot of It's a lot of structure. Like you could have drafted last year like Cooper Kupp, Jonathan Taylor, Deebo Samuel, but if you drafted 5 quarterbacks and 4 tight ends, then you didn't win anything. So you have to really care about how you structure things on top of everything else. What else we got on here? I like TDP, but I've been throwing in some Jeff Wilson recently because the Niners always seem to go with the guy you least expect. I agree. Opinions on Aaron Jones. What do you think RB ranking would be the end of the year? Probably like RB9. But yeah, I like Aaron Jones. I've gotten back into him because I do think that if what's his name was to get hurt, A.J. Dillon gets hurt, Aaron Jones is a top 5 running back. What software are you using for that overlay on Underdog? It's called Sports HUD right here. It's by a DFS guy. His name's Brick. If you go to Pete Overzet's channel, he has like a lot of like breakdowns and tutorials on how to use it, but it's sweet. Dang, how long you been live? Just under an hour. Rather have Waddle, Judy, or McLaren as your flex. I prefer the way you listed those wide receivers, the way I preferred them. You ever talk to Nick from BDG, another Jersey guy? If you want a little secret, fellas, I emailed Nick Ercolano because he is somebody that, in terms of like content creation, I'll be honest, and I don't want to talk bad about Nick Ercolano. It's really just my preference. I don't get my fantasy advice from YouTube. Like, I don't watch anybody on YouTube and get fantasy advice from there. I listen to it all. I love listening to guys like Dwayne McFarland and Sean Siegel and guys that are extremely, extremely smart. But I prefer just listening to it when I'm driving. I don't really like to because I'm so caught up in fantasy and I'm making videos and I'm outlining. When I'm sitting down and watching a video, that's my entertainment time. You know what I mean? I'd rather watch a show, or I'd rather watch a podcast or something like that. But when I'm driving, I'll listen to things. So like I said, I didn't really because Nick Ercolano, like, he does have a podcast, but I didn't take a lot of his fantasy advice early on. But I saw him on YouTube, and he was someone that I thought was doing something different and something cool. So he was somebody that I kind of looked up to. I knew he was from Jersey as well. So I emailed him before I made my first ever video, and he did give me some tips and stuff like that. So it's really cool. But I haven't talked to him since. I also don't think that he really likes me, if I'm being honest with you guys. Early on, we got a lot of comparisons, and I've brought this up before, but 1,000%, I think anybody out there who's either doing stand-up comedy or YouTube, your first, 50 videos, your first, like, however many times doing stand-up, you're just pretty much going to mimic guys that you're pulling influence from. So if you go back to my first, 20 videos, I think that I was stealing Nick Ercolano's flow. But at this point, if you watch my videos, I don't think that there's much similar between us two besides wearing glasses and being white boys from Jersey. But after that, I think we're pretty different. Do you have a platform preference for high-stakes redraft for managed leagues? That's what I was actually trying to figure out this year, J. Mike. Last year I did FFPC. I did the football guys on FFPC, which are $350 to get in. Those, I hate to say it, they suck. Their ROI is awful. I don't even like the structure. I hate them. But what you do get is really soft rooms where I'll say, and I use this name as a joke, but like the boomers love FFPC, so they're going to draft running backs early, allow you to get a lot of wide receiver value later. So I love the structure of the FFWC the most, but you get way sharper drafters in there. I think the best of both worlds is NFC, and the NFFC doesn't have the best structure, but it's a better, more fair structure than the FFPC, and you get the same type of really soft draft rooms as you get in FFPC. So my favorite this season, I think that the way that I'll have it sort of set up is I'll probably do around 7 to 10 high stakes drafts this year in that $350 range, and I'll probably do 5 to 6 on NFC. I'll probably do 2 to 3 on FFWC, which is the Player Profiler Championship, $350, and then probably just 1 on the FFPC, because I know Jacob Sanderson wanted to do one with me, and if he wants to do FFPC, I'll co-manage one on FFPC with him. So that's how I have it breaking down. I like NFC the most, and then I think you can kind of make the case between FFPC and FFWC. Favorite Superflex strategy at the 106 in redraft. I'm actually going to make a video this week on Superflex strategy. Jimmer range? Is this the Jimmer range? Am I an idiot? Is this the Jimmer range, or is this a fan account? That's pretty crazy, dude. Jimmy Range, if you're subscribed to this channel, man, reach out. I'd love to talk some basketball with you in the offseason. But how do you get the matchup and percentage thing? That's, again, going to be Sports HUD, Sports HUD here. Just look up Sports HUD, Brick, Pete Overzet's channel. If you go to Pete Overzet, I can't trust enough. Pete Overzet has the stuff where he's going to break this stuff down. The video that he broke it down, any of these with like the exposures already on the screenshot, he gets into them there. The links are in the description in terms of like how to download stuff and all of that. They're all there. All right, what else we got? We got a lot of questions coming in, but I'm down to kind of chop it up with you guys for a second here. Is there any reason in the playoff 20s to not just completely stack two teams like Eagles and hope they make it to the Super Bowl? In that format, like the mitten and the gauntlet, that should be your goal. But it gets hard. People are starting to take the guys, and sometimes you can't just get a perfect 5-5. You got to go like 4-4-2. 3 times the Warriors nearly traded Curry. Shit, my bad. My bad, Anthony. What's up, Ron? Could you briefly explain Allen Lazard moving up 10 spots in your updated redraft ranks? Let me check real quick. So let me bring this off stream real quick, and I'll give the people in here a little preview. But the rankings are on Patreon, patreon.com/Ron Stewart. I saw a little graphic in case you guys are wondering what's on here. But let's see what I can show you guys real quick. PPR redraft rankings. So I think what it was with Lazard, it wasn't even so much that I'm higher on him. I still have him way behind consensus, but I thought I was being too kind, or I was being too unkind to him, and I was putting him in a spot where he shouldn't have gone. So let's zoom in really close here. So this is what you'll see. This is what you'll see in the wide receiver rankings. Let's move this here. This is getting pretty crowded here, but I think that we'll be fine. Let's move this here. So now I added him to this area of like tier 10 with Christian Kirk, Allen Lazard, Russell Gage. And if I moved him up 10 spots, I probably had him here, somewhere around this area with like Jahan Dotson and Christian Watson. At this point, I just wanted to move him into a tier where it's not like laughably low, but I have him here like Christian Kirk, Allen Lazard, like Russell Gage. These are all, Allen Lazard and Russell Gage in particular, just like boring wide receivers I don't really want. I just wanted to put him in an area so that I was at least being fair to him, putting him at wide receiver 48, and then also putting him in an area where he's buried enough that you won't draft him, but it looks like he's screaming up the rankings and he's like this big riser in the ranks, but he's not. He's just somebody I wanted to move up a tier because we're still way behind ADP. He's like wide receiver 30-ish at ADP. I want to be behind market on him, but I also just thought that he was laughably low. Again, I had him like right next to Christian Watson here. I'll buy the reports that Dubes has looked great and that, Allen Lazard probably gets the favor over him, so I'll take him in this next tier, and I think that that's fine. But yeah, that's on patreon.com/Ron Stewart, these rankings. Let me get back to here. Also, by the way, if you're still sticking around, why not plug the puppy? The puppy is still going on right now. The puppy is $5 to enter, $200,000 to first place. It's the best way to get into Underdog. I have the link. I believe it's going to be pinned in the live chat. But if you use promo code Ron on Underdog, they will match your deposit all the way up to $100. I'm telling you guys, if you're new to Underdog, you're new to best ball, right now is the time to get in while there's a puppy out. Again, we're already at the puppy 3. They might only do like 4 or 5 this offseason, and we don't know when that will be. Wow, Jimmy, you said that is you? That's sweet, man. Appreciate you checking out the channel, dude. That's crazy. All right, I think we've gotten caught up. We had pretty much a YouTube celebrity come up in here. We had Jim Arrange. Fun fact as well, Hoodie Allen, the rapper, I think he has the most subscribers that is publicly subscribed to me, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, that's going to do it for us today. I appreciate everybody that came out here. Again, if you want to get in on the puppy, hop on Underdog, use promo code Ron. They will match your deposit all the way up to $100. I appreciate you guys for coming out here. We hit like 120 viewers. We haven't even been drafting for the last like 15 minutes, and we still have over 100 people in here watching, so you guys are crazy. We're going to keep setting viewership highs on these best ball streams as we go on in the offseason. I think the goal is going to be 2 Underdog live streams a week, 1 high stakes draft a week, 5 planned out videos a week until 10 days before NFL kicks off on that Thursday. We're going to be doing Underdog streams every single day on top of a Draftathon the Friday before the first Thursday game. So we have a lot planned for you guys. I love these streams. Are super fun, man. Outside of me lagging from time to time, you guys have been amazing. Ask me questions all day, just showering me in compliments. We got celebrities like Jimmy Range coming in here saying what's up. So these streams are cool. I think they're only going to get better as the season or the offseason goes on. So stay tuned. I think that the days I'm looking for in terms of streaming are going to be Monday nights, Saturday at any time, and then I want to do high stakes like either Thursday or Fridays. We'll see how that works out later on in the week. I'll keep you guys updated. But as always, if you enjoyed the video, which you got down below, subscribe, leave a like. And I will see you guys in the next one.
I got the juice, I got the juice. Channel, Chatham's on. Foolies glad I'm home. Even my haters kinda glad I'm on. Rest in peace to my vagabond. Rapper, song, singer, suspended, subpoena from Mr. Me.